I'm all out. It's like England's going to be tomorrow.
Okay, so with us all here again, if anyone would like to recap where we left off in the last game.
How are your notes, Arco?
None, as I was saying earlier. I just get too absorbed into the battles to remember to write things down. I'm better when we're in a town and stuff, you know?
So mine aren't like detailed, but Aldrin blown to shreds. Hezekiah managed to retrieve Seraphine's body. Seraphine's got gentle repose on her after I sat down and did that ritual for a bit while the others went looking for Jasper. We had the reveal of Jasper's outcome with his death and how he got cocky and said Death's a bit of a wimp. And then we all met in the Middle Islands to help Jasper. And I've just got my final notes of what I was going to try and do afterwards, because Jasper's obviously got some kind of fatal or curse or something where he's half touched white.
But death is a pushover, right?
If anyone has anything else to add?
Cold. Very, very cold.
Yeah, we are all cold and wet until we got dry, because we did dry. So we're just cold.
Yeah, you dried us with the shape water, and Hezekiah got his flame spirit.
Right. Well, yeah, it's actually just a produce flame spell. I was just using the flame spirit to represent the fire.
Yeah, sorry. And we left Lachlan on the third island with Seraphine's body while I went to try and help Jasper in the Middle Island.
I think we'll pull Twin over to where you all are as well. He made his way over. But yes.
Can I just clarify something before we start? What's the current status of Aldrin? Did Aldrin make it, or did he get caught in the blast?
He got blown to chunks.
I was not able to recover anything. No, hold on. I recovered an earring, I think. Was
it? A chunk of hair in his ear. That was all we had.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the largest chunk of him that I could grab hold of, apparently. So, of what was left of him, that was the largest piece.
Oh, was that you? I thought I did that in the animal form.
He didn't have as much of a health pool as you guys. Being the centre of that blast didn't do him too well. So you find yourself now in this frozen lake, which is now completely shattered. You can hear the clunking and creaking of the ice all around you as it moves across the water down towards the offshoot into the river. It is still freezing. And you have pretty much all of you have been in the water at this point and now started to get a bit. Jasper has been rescued in a way and brought across to join you all by the fire. But as you now have the body of Seraphine with you, and around you strewn remains of all the puppets, wooden pieces, large, barrel maul, shattered and broken. What would you like to do, everyone?
Just to know, the barrel was on fire, right?
Not properly on fire. It took a lot of hits from fire, singed and burnt in places, but it never fully caught.
Oh, okay, I was going to say it has to be a nice campfire to gather around for a rest.
You certainly reduce it to that.
I can't remember if we said we're going to rest next, because I can't do anything until we rest.
Yeah, I'm pretty juiced out.
I think a few of us are a bit spent.
I've got 3 spell slots left. Not big ones.
Do we have any kind of makeshift shelter we could do? Because I imagine we can't sleep here.
I still have a few spell slots for healing that I can throw on people just until we get to a better spot. How down are people? I'm at 40.
20. No,
What
16.
are these numbers you're saying? You mean half? But if I was to put it out of 76, I'm at 30.
Yeah, we got 20 and 30. You guys definitely need some. Anyone else desperately low?
I'm not quite bloodied, but I'm half. Just over half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm alright. I'm okay. I've
Okay,
been in work.
and hold on. Throw a 1d8 for the. Oop, hold on. Sorry, that was my 8 got stuck.
You're still on that whiskey?
No, that was a different thing. Okay, so make the first one a 10 and the second one an 18. I guess the first one for Keck and the second one for Lachlan.
How much do I get? Sorry?
8 for 10 for Keck and 18 for Lachlan.
Okay.
I got a little more. Who wants it? Probably just more for Keck, I would imagine.
I can do a few too myself, so I'd probably kind of see your aid. Like, I can do some very basic ones. That I've got all my first level slots because that's all I've got really. Because I kind of messed up my spells a little bit.
Okay, how about this? 14 for Romak, and let's just top Lachlan off a bit.
Excuse me?
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep forgetting that means something. Yes. That's 18 for more for Lachlan.
Oh, okay. Fully topped off then.
9.
Almost there.
9 and 12 more for me, which is 21? Yeah, 9, 12, 21. So, puts me to 47. So, better than I was. I've still got a couple of slots left should we need to do any more quick heals.
I guess I'll give me just a little bit too.
Just seeing if I've got anything to kind of...
18 for me, 16 for me.
I mean, I can do Speak with Dead now if we want to get the questions out of the way so we don't have to lumber her body with us everywhere.
Well, I mean, should we get off the lake first, or...
The lake
is this
I would
boat
certainly
actually
appreciate it.
here?
We need to move Jasper.
There is a boat.
How much of the barrel is intact?
What, you want to ride in the barrel?
Can we, make a makeshift boat out of it?
The barrel is broken, splintered, carved open. There are holes in it. It also is of a construct which opens up, and there's lots of hinges to it. It's never going to be, a sturdy waterfaring vehicle. It was never designed for being watertight.
And Jasper at this point, is Jasper awake, unconscious, slipping in and out?
He did say be right back, so...
Oh,
So
sorry.
Jasper is sort of, his eyes flickering, open and closed. He is mumbling a few words here and there.
Is there any way we can get the boat, maybe? Hang on, what's the range of my shape water? It's not tied down or anything, is it?
What's your perception roll?
Never mind.
From here, you look across, and it is almost like a little bit misty here. with all of the action that's just occurred, like a light haze, a light fog is just drifting across. You can, however, see that the boat does seem to be bobbing slightly along with now it's freed of the ice, having the ice around. It does, however, seem to be tired.
Okay.
What was the last bit about the boat? Sorry, it seems to be tethered.
It is apparently tied up to the small little dock. It is, however, freely moving in the water. The ice around it is all broken and released it.
Hezekiah, I don't suppose you could turn into that big fish again, could you?
Well, I'm actually out of transfer wild shape slots until a short rest. So that is one idea. Short rest right here, and then I, as a giant toad, could be more useful than I currently am. But also, who knows how the ice will be going? Actually, maybe this is a time for something, maybe a nature check to tell how the ice is shaping up, because obviously it got cracked a lot. Right now, was it
Wait,
cracked?
hang on a minute. I forgot I could do something. I'm shouting over. Wait, I can freeze the ice. Maybe a little bit.
Freeze the water, not the ice.
Yeah, it's been a long fight. It might move though. It might just kind of go down. You know, I freeze a bit and it'll just. Tell you what, I'm gonna. Are there any of these little clumps or chunks, maybe like tucked in this little pocket here?
Yeah, there are chunks all over the place.
Cool. Can I kind of make my way down to the edge? I'll kind of use my shape water to freeze it to make sure it's like thick enough to hold me.
Okay.
And then kind of like using my front two hands, can I kind of like push like this way? Obviously the water will take me this way, but I'm hoping to get here. Just kind of like, and also using my shape water to kind of almost, you know, give me a bit of a jet push off.
So, yeah, the grid. So it's kind of moving at about 20 foot. Speed is going sort of 20 foot around, so 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. So not good then.
So you can push off that way, but you are going to drift significantly because obviously down in this direction as well, it leads off to the river, which runs down valleys and there's falls and things.
Even with the shape water, can I like kind of like slow the current a bit?
You can certainly try. Do you want to roll a?
Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? I can swim.
Roll an Arcana.
Cool. Okay.
See how well you work this. Your magic is strong today. So you cast your shape water. You're freezing up areas of the ice, and then you're trying to control the flow, slow it down, and you do manage to get across and travel a little bit further down. So you are going to end up probably, say, maybe about sort of 70, 80 foot to the south of the.
That's fine.
Of the boat. But yeah, you get there.
Okay. I'll do it then. Guys, I'll go get the. Wait, the boat will just go as well. I'll get to safety, and then think about it. Yeah. Can I?
What is this ice raft right here? Is that what she was on when she was going down, or was she in the actual boat? Okay.
She was on a chunk of ice.
Okay.
So the chunks are very much that sort of style and size. So there's very large chunks just floating off. But Locke, yeah, you create yourself a small little ice shelf, you push off, and you control your way across to get to the other side. And it's just a little trek back towards the boat.
Right. Cool. I'll use my message to communicate with the others. I'm like, guys, I made it over here. I can bring the boat over. Yeah, but it might go with the current, so.
Now, we came from the south, right? I remember after we jumped over that ledge a while back, right? We continued that way, and did we arrive to about where the waterfall is? I forgot between the ledge and coming onto this map what the terrain was like.
So you were heading down and going more sort of northward in a direction towards that. The waterfall, the big waterfall, a lot further to the north, above you. There's a river which is running down to your south, and there's what looks like a little bit of. It gets a little bit quicker. There's a few small waterfalls in that direction, but there's nothing immediately close to you on this area of the lake.
But we did come from the south, or at least the bottom of this map, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So, I mean, going back, we should definitely be going south. It's just, how did we even get onto the ice? Like, was there a land place after the ledge thing that after that we walked onto the ice? Because that obviously should be what we're aiming for, right? To go back. Oh, wait, right here. Or
you came in from down there, absolutely. You came in down here, and you started your way that way.
Okay. So this is all we need to bridge, right? After this is just going to be ground from right here onwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry, I was too zoomed in to see that.
It is. Yeah. It is the banks of the lake, all iced over in snow and covered in snow. Locke, as you get to the boat as well, you can see inside there are oars fastened inside.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If we wait an hour, I can summon my elemental or just carry everyone over.
Also, Hezekiah can shapeshift.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should have given everyone water breathing first, but oh well.
But I mean, if you think we could just get back to just that bank, right? I mean, that seems fairly doable.
Keep in mind we've got to do this and remember to bring Seraphine's body with us.
Right. And Jasper's also kind of out. Maybe we should give it an hour?
Yeah, if we wait an hour, then we can push the boat with the elemental and the transform, and then everyone can get over safely.
Right. And if anyone is to fall, the giant toad is pretty good at rescuing, apparently, so.
Short rest then? Although Lachlan's now a bit exposed on his own all the way over there.
Nah, I'm alright. I've got my Frodo cape on.
How long would you like to rest? Just a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go hide under this tree.
Mm-hmm. You find yourself a nice, cozy-ish spot under there.
I've used those spells to go to this.
Hunker down for a short moment, and time passes on. About 45 minutes later, you feel slightly more refreshed, having completed a short rest.
Right. How many spells do I get back? Arcane Recovery. Up to a combined level of 5.
Yeah, everyone, if you want to use hit dice, go ahead.
Healed. Take short rest. Confirm.
Saying that all of these bits in the water have now completely gone.
Yeah.
This time as well, all the big chunks of ice kind of drifted off. The ice is now starting to freeze over again a little bit. It's not getting there yet, but it's starting to show signs of refreezing.
I'll message again and say, I feel like I'm just about to squeeze out one more spell. If you guys are ready.
We're ready over here. At this point, I'll transform into the giant toad again.
I'll summon my elemental again.
Maybe you can get Seraphina's body, Hezekiah, in that form?
Yeah. I brought her over here from the river in my mouth, I think, right, without damaging her, so I should be able to move out again.
Yeah, she was over there, but yeah.
Yep. All right. I got her now.
Okay. So you have secured body and you make your way across. How is it you're getting across?
I'm guessing Romak is probably carrying Jasper, right? So at this point,
I think so. I would say for safety and security, the rope that I've used to pull people out of the ice before, is probably securely tied around my shoulder and in a kind of a makeshift harness for Jasper, just to kind of secure him to the body after the almost near tragic slip up before. Until Jasper kind of wakes up and basically tells him to get lost. I'll now kind of tie Jasper sort of in a sort of sling to my body, just so I've got my hands free for movement.
Yeah, Jasper, if you want to just roll a wisdom save, please, DC13.
So, is Romok now 456 and Jasper 222? If no one wants to show you, won't have a clue what I'm on about.
Oh, I think he's actually AFK, so I have to hold off on that till he gets back. Okay, so you've attached Jasper to yourself.
Yeah.
In a boost.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your plan for getting across?
So I'm thinking that Lachlan, do you think your water elemental helping you with the boat, you will be able to get over here, and then I can put Seraphim's body in the boat as well. Then I can also get in the water and help with maneuvering stuff, and then everyone can get on and we can go back here.
I mean, I don't see why not. It's got a swim speed of 40, so it should cancel out hopefully the current.
Yeah, same here. I got a swim speed of 40, and it was previously, right, when I was rescuing Seraphim, that the 20 feet of movement of it, I would just be able to move 20 feet against the current. So we should be fine. I just want to. I don't want to get in the water until I put Seraphim's body in the boat.
So using your elemental, you're able to tether the boat and shift it forwards. The elemental pushing the boat forward through the icy churned water. you do get it over to the rocks without too much issue at all.
Nice. Okay, then I load up Seraphim's body, and I guess we maneuver the boat maybe a little bit closer to this rock so that everyone else can get on. And then the water elemental and I will help push him back to the shore.
Yeah. Okay, so is everyone just getting into the boat now, or is anyone trying to do anything else?
And with Romok's fear of water and his apprehension around all of this, he just pushes it to the side. And he's just focused completely on Jasper. So any fear, any residual, oh shit, water, just gets pushed down.
Just for you, Romok, due to your circumstances and what's happened to you previously, roll a dex, just a dex save.
Okay. Fuck's sake. Bloody Romok.
Natural one.
Nothing else.
Okay. So you go down to the boat and you just feel the ice, and you very haphazardly land in the boat with a bit of a clutter. It's not elegant in any way. You don't get in the water, but you didn't make it down in a graceful fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bruising to your ego, maybe. Jasper, your wisdom save has failed. Yeah. Oh yeah, 16 on your first one. Oh yeah, good. With yeah, that's good. You're good with that. You succeeded on that one, so you're okay. Okay, so while Jasper's just working things out, you are in the boat, and everyone is now together. Then you make your way back over to the other side.
Well done, Water Elemental.
Yeah. You find yourselves all collected once again on the shore of the lake, safe and dry as you can.
Well, the giant toad is probably not very dry and probably not enjoying this climate too much.
Mm-hmm.
Lachlan, is this thing? Is that the water elemental? It looks.
No, that was my book, but I was just using it to represent the.
Oh yeah, okay.
I would have dispelled my book. I don't think it lasts that long anyway.
Uh-huh.
It flips out. There we go.
For what it's worth, I got 4 hours on the giant toad in case we need any more aquatic help on anything.
How long does mine last? An hour. An hour on the elemental.
Okay. Let's now of course we have Seraphim's body. Maybe I should just use my wildfire spear to represent that we have Seraphim's body. But we're now making our way back uphill, I guess.
Bring you her body.
Mm-hmm. I can't move the token though.
Romok, is
you will be in
Jasper okay?
There you go.
He's alive, he's breathing. But whatever has happened to him, something has changed him, and I just kind of indicate towards his hair and his face.
Yeah, but well, surely this wasn't Seraphine or.
Did anyone see him on the battlefield?
Oh, I saw him for a minute, and then he went north of me, and I lost.
this, and I clutch my holy amulet, and other than the sensations that I felt before, is there anything different about the area? Is there anything that I noticed specifically related to Jasper and his kind of aura when I cast Divine Sense?
When you cast Divine, just throw Divine Sense details up for me once more.
Yeah, I'm just finding it. Bear with me. I think. No, you don't want Smite. Divine Sense. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, with the almost epiphany moment, that the fiendish presence that has been sort of following, is connected to Locke and not Romok. Like, what do I? Is there anything new or different, or I'm just trying to read the situation
As you
here.
cast this, first roll me a d20.
Say that once more, Woody. Sorry.
You can roll me a d20.
Just a d20, okay. Eight.
Okay. You start. You feel it's a little difficult for you to summon the powers to yourself. It feels a little tricky. It seems to sputter in your desire to cast it. It does, however, go off just. And you do. It doesn't seem quite as strong as it once was. You do sense immediately a fiendish presence nearby, but it quickly disappears. But you also have just an overwhelming moment where the stench of evil is pouring off the body of Seraphine, and the bag she's carrying. You can tell it is just pure evil.
Mm-hmm. I'll share that with the group. And just sort of, while my focus is obviously very much on Jasper, I just almost shudder and look at Seraphine's body. Go, that. Whatever that is. We must be careful. There's something innately dangerous about that.
I can have a look at it.
I was gonna say, based on what Romok's just said, kind of like, can we cautiously look in the bag? Kex is kind of there, like, evil. What can be so evil in this bag?
There is a dreaded presence, to be sure, about her. Would it make any sense at this point to do like a religion check to kind of get an idea of what is the nature of the force coming out of her, or can like Keck and I not even sense any negative force on her without opening the bag?
You don't have anything which picks up that sort of essence, do you? In general, there's no pattern. No.
I was
you wouldn't really get anything from that. No. All you have to go on is her actions and her words that you've heard so far.
Right. Yeah. Also, I'm a toad, so I guess I can't talk right now. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can't get anything from it, being his kind of connection.
I mean, you can roll a religion check.
20.
It seems to you that she does not seem aligned in any way, nowhere close to your ideals, what you have grown up learning about, studying. There is something very the way she was to you. It does not sit with you well. Nothing jumps out for a particular religion, but you do know that it just is definitely aligned.
Kind of like the puppet master was also a puppet sort of thing.
Maybe.
Right. Brother Cat, watch out. This very dangerous individual. Maybe it's better if I, have a look at it, make sure what's in there is safe. So you just, let me handle that.
Very well, Lachlan, but I'll stay close should you need.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
Guidance.
Well, first of all, I'll kind of like gently, almost like an antique dealer, kind of like pry the bag off her and put it over far away, and then I'll get my little mage hand out, and it will kind of like slowly open it from like a safe distance, and one by one.
This is like So this is a very sort of large burlap sack type thing. It's kind of the length of her torso, quite bulky, and when you remove it, you immediately realise that it's actually quite heavy. Your mage hand opens it up, and inside you hear a clinking of wood. What is your mage hand going to do?
Just kind of like lift each object up, like one at a time, just out the bag, and just hold it in the air for like a minute, so I can look at it, see if it's safe.
So the hand moves in and it starts to bring out objects. And you see immediately these very small little wooden carved figures. You look and it looks like very small versions of things which you've been fighting, like the humanoid figures, sword arm. There's lots of other little small, different they seem to have attached to them. And you even see another, what looks like the barrel more, very small again. And
how small are we talking? Like Lego size or a little bit bigger?
Yeah, it fits in the palm of your hand. They don't seem to be reacting. They seem completely inanimate.
Yeah. From my magical knowledge and also like seeing her use them, I'm guessing they were like when she threw them and stuff, they were like imbued with a spell. So like base, they won't do anything. Is it safe to assume that?
As you go back to think about what you saw, time of battle, see, would you have seen? I'll just say,
knowing about the dolls in the tower as well.
You saw at the time when these dolls came out, they did seem to fly out from her in her direction. There was a small little, a little pop, almost a little small explosion of sorts, a little cloud of smoke before the puppet appeared. And I would say you also noticed at the same time she did seem to weave a certain symbol with her hands at the same time they appeared.
Okay, well, I'll just get the mage hand to put them to the side for now.
The hand goes in once again, and this time brings out a larger object, metallic skull.
Mm.
You see once again the face and head of Shape. It's got a missing lower jaw. It's got dark. If you hold it there in front of you, the eyes suddenly blare green once again, and it rockets forward towards someone who will be close. So, are you all surrounding this bag?
Well, I've put it far away. I put it like 30 plus feet away. It's
I was previously carrying her body, so if they took the bag kind of off the body a little bit, I would just be by where the body is.
yeah, I'd be 30 feet away. So
Then it's going to go towards you, Hezekiah. What's your AC?
My AC as the giant toad is 11.
She rolled an 11 plus whatever her stats are.
Yep, so it hits.
It will hit. This, as it comes towards you, another blade seems to unfold itself from within the jaw. A bright green blade, and the hit. So that is going to be 12 points piercing damage. Roll a Constitution save for me, please. Let's see. Okay. You take another 5 points of poison damage on top of that.
Okay.
The skull basically has propelled itself straight towards you and dug itself into essentially your shoulder. You look down and you see these flaming green eyes just staring up at you. A gurgling noise seems to be emitting from underneath. And you actually see just underneath there lots of little small tiny gears and almost limbs are twitching underneath. They seem to be connecting little bits of wood that is collected from within the bag, little bits of metal, and it seems to be starting to piece itself together under the jaw, and it is essentially reconstituting itself slowly.
is this what's his name? The other one.
Chafe.
Yeah.
Chafe is back in the mix. You now have him stuck in your shoulder.
How big is it?
Yeah, sure, it's just
the skull is about only a couple
it's just a skull, the normal regular skull. So if you want to just roll just a moment. Tracker.
And now, as I am a giant toad, right? It's stuck in my shoulder, as in, a toad's shoulder.
Yeah, toady. Absolutely. Where is my? There we are. Shake head.
It's just a skull, right? So we can. I'll be like over here, I'd say.
Yeah, anyone who wants to roll into this initiative, go ahead.
Yeah, 100%. I feel responsible.
Oh, I currently have a tiny little Jasper strapped to my chest.
Yeah. Since baby carrot.
I feel like Jasper would be just starting to wake up a bit now. We don't have any idea what's going on, but he'd just sort of be starting to wake up.
What you can do, Jasper, is roll another wisdom.
Another one?
DC.
Very slow, which is why it spammed you with loads of rolls earlier.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, Locks, what would you like to do in this one?
So it's just in. Well, I've still got my elemental up as well, because it's not been an hour. So where would that be? Probably next to me, just chilling.
Find the icon for it in a second.
Yeah, I will probably get that. Just go mess it up. We can just use a squiggle for now.
I've lost the actual one I had before, but this will do.
Alright, that's perfect. That's better than mine.
There you go. Wherever you want to put it.
I'll put it there. Cool. Let me get the stats up, and I will have it attack twice.
Mm-hmm.
So let me.
Roll to hit.
Yeah. This so it's a. Hang on, I've got to figure out what it gets as well. Let's see, attack modifier. Okay, so the lowest is a 17.
Okay. And
the second one is a 26.
26 does hit. Roll damage.
Does the 17 hit? Sorry, or no?
No.
No. Okay. Even just a little floaty head boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's 8 from that.
Yeah. You knock the skull down out of Hezekiah's shoulder, and you see a heavy crack going down. It looks very broken, still in action.
Okay, with my action, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself. Disguise myself as Seraphine, and just kind of hold my hand up. And do I get her voice or no? Does anyone know?
I don't think you do with Disguise Self.
No. I'll just put my hand up to try and get it to stop, or at least draw its attention.
Okay. Do a deception check for me, please.
Oh, not great.
At disadvantage, considering that it's laying.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, because the body is right there next to you.
But do I not get advantage for being? Oh, never mind. I won't try. I'll take it. I'll take 13.
Yeah. Okay. The eyes, which are darting around, do clock onto you for a moment, but it doesn't seem to react in any way. Okay. What do you want to do?
Toll the dead. Kind of seeing what's happened to it and just kind of whacked on the floor. First thing I could do out of reaction is just, kill it with fire. That ain't doing anything. Oh no, it's wisdom saving then. That's alright.
Save and just rolling that. Roll badly. Yeah, 7
Woo.
altogether. Total fail.
16
Okay,
necrotic
so
damage.
what happens? Yeah, what happens with this as you finish off Shave's head?
I suppose you just kind of see the crack that appeared. The ice just kind of like grouped into it and just started to swell and just split it.
Mm-hmm.
Split it in half, showing the gears and kind of shredding the gears into bits.
So you watch as this this completely separated skull was flying through the air a moment ago, now laying half broken on the ground. A bright green blade sticking out of its mouth, bright green glaring eyes searching around across all of your faces. It suddenly starts to rise up again slightly, but it's also quivering and shaking, and the tear running down its face, broken metal, stuff fall apart, and this energy seems to seep out for it. Has a very small, almost popping explosion, little bits glowing metal pitter patter around on the stone around it as it falls to the ground. The last, the eyes go black.
Is the knife-like portion still on my shoulder?
No, that stayed within the head.
I suppose that would explain the darkness in the bag.
Was that the same thing? Romok, can you do your thing again? Also, sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, these things happen.
The toad holds up one of its forelegs in a kind of no worries kind of symbol.
Yeah. 3 on the save in case you missed it.
In response to Locke, Rommel will clutch his amulet again and cast Divine Sense a second time.
What's the range of it?
I think it's 60 feet. Let me just double check.
Okay, you should be right.
Jasper, you know if you fail that, what happens there?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, as I'm waking up and Romel's going to clutch his amulet, I start thrashing about against him and like trying to roll away and get myself off. And I sort of like knock his amulet away and just try to get out of this cradle thing that he's made. Like, no words, just like thrashing against him.
Jasper, calm down. It's good to see you're awake, but just let me. And I'd try and fumble with the rope and with the knots. I'd try and let him down. Like, save your energy. And he did this so you wouldn't fall. Calm down. I will release you. See this as a kindness. You are not yourself. You are weak. And I know I've said weak, but don't take it the wrong way. And I'm just fumbling at this point, trying to untie him, but also trying to, convince him, encourage him that he needs help.
Yeah, roll an insight, Romok.
Yeah. Would I have noticed him? Yeah. Okay. I'll do the insight. Then I'll ask my question. 13.
You know what Jasper's like, and you know he's been through something just now.
Yeah.
He's just been dunked in the water. What you can tell is this seems unusual behaviour.
So this is unusual behaviours for him on top of his normal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Jasper, will you calm down? What's got into you? Whatever's happened, talk to me.
I'd sort of thrash around still and grunt a bit. Biden Romok gets the knots and that done, and I sort of drop to the floor. Sort of end up sort of sitting upright with my hands behind me, rested on the ground, just sort of looking around and panting and just eyes darting left and right, and you can see almost like a look of panic in his eyes. Just see darts around because he just,
There's something other with you. Jasper, what has happened? Who did this to you?
It's almost like Jasper's trying to talk. You just hear Hasfilla. And then he just tries to sort of roll over onto his hands and knees and just tries to crawl away.
You could see as you were trying to interact with him, and he was sat there. He did have an almost far away look in his eye, quite focusing on you.
I shout across to the rest of the party. Hey! I need help here.
I'll turn around as I finish.
Something is not right with Jasper.
What's he doing?
He's acting strange. Than usual.
Jasper, what are you doing? What's wrong?
Plus, more voices joining. I just keep darting around looking. Eyes going between everyone and all over the place, just looking for, I guess, way away. And I just start moving towards spaces and that, and trying to retreat a bit.
Guys, give him some space. Give him some space.
Jasper, we're here for you. Let us help.
What's Jasper kind of doing now? Is he still trying to get away?
What are you doing exactly?
Sorry, what two people talking at once?
He's so now again. He's turned around on his, so sitting down on the ground, looking out at everyone, and hear more sounds, more kind of garbled words. He's might be trying to say something, but you just can't understand it. And he's frantically waving his arms in front of his face, gesticulating, trying to get something across, and then he just sort of, almost like a look of panic in his eyes, he just again tries to back off and move away from everyone.
I'm gonna pull out the notepad that I have. Well, the diary. I'm gonna put my quill in it, and I'm just gonna throw it near him. Jasper, just look, you don't have to use your words. Just write down what's going on. We won't come closer if you don't want us to. Just take a minute, Yeah, I'll just chuck the book over here. If he wants to go grab it, it's there for him.
Mm-hmm.
Roebuck, maybe he's upset he can't find those cards you said you found.
There.
Almost subconsciously, Rowan's hand just goes to his pack at his side.
So if anyone who's nearby also wants to roll medicine as well.
Yeah, that'd probably definitely be.
So, Brother Keck, you looking at him, do notice, maybe you've read about this somewhere, the effects of being dunked in cold water can have certain effects on the body, lead to conditions like hypothermia. Extreme hypothermia in some cases leads to
Is that the end, or do you get cut off?
that's.
I'm sorry, I thought you said extreme hypothermia leads to, but what? Yeah, okay. I thought it'd still go in.
A bit of confusion.
Death.
I think he might be having a bit of trouble realizing where he is. Maybe he doesn't quite know what's going on at the minute. I mean, Romox, you did dunk him a few times in that cold water. I've been in a few times. It's not very nice.
Then warm him up. What are we waiting for? Hezekiah, you're a fire druid. Bring your spirit over here.
It might scare him. It might scare him.
Wait, at the moment he's confused.
And I think Romox's kind of incredulous at the moment. Like, if he's suffering, do something.
So, Kex is kind of like slowly approach him, and from within his bag, maybe take out. I've got a couple of blankets in there. I'm not sure where from. I'm just gonna go up to him, take the blankets, just kind of like put them round him, and not touch him as such. Just kind of like put them around him, drop them on him as he sees fit.
Keck, by any chance, do you have calm emotions prepared by any chance?
I haven't got that one though. I had an idea to do, but it might be a bit extreme. And something I'm saving if this goes south.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of which is like immediately relevant to this exact situation, right?
Yeah, I haven't got it equipped on this one.
Right. It's a bard and cleric spell.
Then you shouldn't know it.
He knows it, he just probably doesn't have it prepared, right?
Yeah, it's not prepared.
No, I mean, you shouldn't know it. It exists, is what I'm saying.
Again, just like as I said, I can't do anything to help him until we have a long rest. All my high level.
We could just knock him out.
That was one of my extreme measures.
I can waterboard him.
With the blankets, what's his reaction now? Is he kind of a bit more settled and just staying still, or is he still looking to retreat, or does he not like the blankets?
How would he react?
He would realise that he's cold, and he would keep the blanket on him, even if it made him recoil slightly when you put it over him. He's still sort of eyes frantically darting around. He's no longer trying to talk. His breathing's quite heavy at the moment. He hasn't made an attempt to move for the book at the moment either. He's just eyeing you all a bit warily. And you'd probably be able to tell that if you tried to move towards him too quick, he might try and bolt a bit, regardless of how far he'd actually get.
So,
Roman, did you say you were going for cards as well?
I said about the cards to Romac, then it depends if Romac's gone for them after seeing. Because it all kind of happened at the same time, didn't it? I said about the cards while also realising.
Yeah. He did start to say he was going for the cards. Let's see how that was going to play
the
out.
cards. I'm not going for the cards. The cards are in my pack. I'm not fishing them out so much as just checking that they're still there.
So, kind of seeing Jasper in his agitated state, getting closer to him again, and I might need to ask you about this one, Woody.
Mhm.
I'm going to attempt to reach out to him and touch him.
Okay.
And bestow a curse on him.
Ooh.
Curse.
Don't fear, he's never going to trust you again.
The
What are you trying
curse,
to...
the curse will put him to sleep until I speak the words, Jasper, you can wake now.
Pretty modern medicine melee.
Obviously, he's still got the wisdom
Okay.
save to save against it. I can ask you if you are willing to allow that curse, or you can just say no straight off.
I think he is not going thinking straight enough, and I'm sure you would agree, Jasper, to be willing to accept from you. So that will have to be saved.
No, I'm just saying, like, you can just say you don't want that curse. It's not a curse I can do. It's one I can come up on my feet, is what I meant. I totally expect him to do a wisdom save because it's not a willing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
You
are
can
the
certainly
curses where they save 3 times and then it affects, or is that? Oh no, that's contagion, isn't it? Never mind.
Hang on. This might not even actually be any... Oh, it might not even be a point of doing it. I need to upcast it for
What
anything
spell,
decent.
what spell is this?
It's bestow curse, but I've just read it. It's got the basic one's only got a duration of a minute, so it's probably a bit pointless anyway.
Just grab it.
Creatures must succeed on wisdom save roll, become cursed for the duration of the spell. Yeah. Maybe not that then. So, it was a 4, but I don't have a 5th level slot at the minute to make it last 8 hours. Balls. I suppose it's just kind of a case of he's in the blankets, Keck will kind of sit down close-ish to him, just kind of like in... not doing anything towards him, but just kind of like showing that he's there and on the same level, getting down on the floor with him.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. What would have happened to my daggers and my rapier? My rapier was on the floor next to me. Assume that was
Did
picked
you
up.
collect up his weapons for him when you picked up the cards and Jasper? So whoever collected him, Romok, I know you were there.
Or
There
was.
was a couple other people, wasn't there? Twin, I think.
Again, I think I would have been more focused on Jasper. I think I would have been more focused on Jasper as his person, his well-being, and obviously I was given the cards, I think, by Hezekiah, if memory serves correctly. But also, I'd like to think that knowing the importance of Jasper and the importance that he places on his person and his ability to fight, I wouldn't have just left the weapons. That's not to say that I collected them, but perhaps
Right.
delegated that to.
If I was right there, I would probably have like packed them all up like into his kit, right? Like back in his sheath or something, just about when I gave you the cards after first looking them up.
Hmm.
So you still have all of your equipment, Jasper, but not have lost it.
Okay, cool. So as a sort of way to make himself feel more at ease in this situation where he doesn't know what's going on, I think Jasper would have put one of his daggers in his hand and just be holding it sort of shakily and just keeping an eye on everyone while he doesn't understand who they are, so to speak. If he needs to, or if he feels the need to, should I say, he can stab. So seeing that, I don't know if that would change Keck trying to get too close to him.
I'm not getting close now. I'm just kind of like staying a safer distance. I'll probably Keck will. Oh, okay, I'll say I'm about here then. Say Keck will probably start maybe trying to put together a fire. Do create food and water just so there's something just to kind of give that.
I would say with your medicine check you did earlier as well, Keck, you would know that people who are suffering from these effects, hypothermia, warmth and rest is the thing they need to recover.
Knock him out.
If you fill his belly, he'll go that way.
I've got some nice
side
for
note.
you.
At this, I'd just like to point out to those thinking about knocking me out, I do have over half my health, so it might take a while, and I might not appreciate it.
I'm gonna waterboard you. And I was going to do that whether you're in this state or not, to be honest, just for fun.
Still harbouring a grudge from the mines.
Still hold a grudge for you keeping that book, but you know.
I would have thought it would be the crossbow bolt in your shoulder.
Yeah, well, that too. You're gonna like throw food at him from a distance, like he's a seagull or something.
Well, I make 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water, which kind of appears all kind of around me in containers. So it's kind of in the gap between us and the fire's somewhere there. So it's pretty much like a full-on spread for about 20 people here now. 15 humanoids and 5 steeds, or 5 steeds. So yeah, picnic in the snow.
And just to add to your confusion, then Jasper, suddenly all around you, food is just.
It's a mirage.
Let's see. Jasper scramble away a bit more.
Oh, Jasper, it's okay. It's just food and hopefully a fire if I can get this thing going. Striking at the tinderbox over some very frosty wood.
It takes you a couple tries, but it does eventually catch. Start a little fire going.
Turtle make fire? Jasper, come to the warmth. Honestly, sit over the far side. I won't harm you.
Maybe step away from him. Let him. You know, he's like a stray cat right now. You got. Psst, psst, psst.
Jasper, roll another wisdom save, please. DC 30.
In there, not quite.
Failed, I'm afraid. You remain in your state.
Just kind of whispering to Romok. I fear we may have to restrain him.
I'm reluctant, but in his current state, he will not appreciate it. But what must be done must be done. He's a danger to himself.
Indeed, in his confused state, if he gets lost out here, he's not going to be a danger to anyone.
He's done for.
Who? So we established Jasper's got all his gear on him, but not that someone's got it packed up with them instead.
He's got his gear. Hezekiah said he packed it all up for him, so it is all loaded back on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Is he still scrambling away at this point, or is it sort of he's moving out of a distance then stopping, or is he just booking?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to. He doesn't seem to have broken from his stupor, so he's scrambling around still. Still as confused as he was before.
So he's not just a sort of shuffle back and stop. Like he is actively trying to flee. Is that the kind of flavour that we're looking at?
That's up to Jasper. Jasper, what are you doing?
At the moment, he's sort of, as people get closer, he's moving away. He's stopping every now and then, just keeping an eye on things. If anything else surprises him, like the creation of lots of food and water, he's going to back away more and just try and get away further before again settling eyes on you and just keeping an eye on what's going on. He's got his dagger ready in case he feels he needs to defend himself. He's kept the blanket with him, sort of like wrapped it around his shoulders a bit and put it over his head.
See, I have something, but I know you won't appreciate it.
You're going to call him short.
That, but no, I'm going to cast Hold Person. And as I do so, I'm going to apologise. You say, Jasper, it's for your own good. And I'll cast Hold Person, which is a DC 15 Wisdom save.
$11.
So Jasper is now paralysed and immobile.
Find yourself completely unable to move. That will add to you for the next 10 minutes. You're confused. How long does the whole person last?
Good question. It doesn't say on what I've shared with you. Up to a minute.
Okay. So you find Jasper has come to a standstill, no longer moving. You know it's going to release very soon.
Perhaps
Quickly, find him.
Bind him and disarm him so he can't hurt anyone. Kind of.
And you can tell that there's a pain in Romok's voice. But
I don't know if this is the right thing to do. I know he's, not himself right now, but
I'm all for suggestions, Locke, but he's a danger to himself. Help us, please.
He's not going to trust us.
I can only hold this for a little longer.
He's not going to trust us.
He barely recognizes us at this point.
Do we just give it time? We don't know what he's gone through.
We can't do that every time we try and get closer.
Yeah, well, leave him. Just leave him alone.
Time.
Leave him alone.
Needs warmth and rest.
We
at
leave
the
him
moment,
alone.
moving away
He
from
bleeds
everything.
into the ice. He falls through. He dies.
Look, I've
Fine, I'll do it myself. And I go over to Jasper, and I plead with him. There is such sorrow and sadness in Romok's eyes as I just take my rope out and just bind his hands.
You tie him up. He's unable to resist you. So
And I say to him, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry.
you are now bound, Jasper.
Ooh, can I temporarily
Now
take the weapons from him as well for now, just to kind of...
Hmm?
Yeah, just kind of taking off his daggers and his rapier. I'm holding on to them, not stoning them exactly, just like putting them the opposite side of the fire from him so you can still see that they're there, but just not accessible at the minute.
Bound and disarmed, Jasper lies in the snow before you.
Can we move him to the fire?
Yeah, I scoop him up as delicately as I can, and I just carry him in what time I have left in this, hold person spell, and I just move him with me towards the fire.
And as
Just
you
sort
put
of
him down,
not like putting him over the fire. I mean like shielding him from the flames. Just pump him on.
as you
Roast
place him
Jasper.
on the spit,
turn him.
Just so hungry.
you place him onto the ground next to the fire, and then you feel the spell release, and Jasper, you feel control return to your limbs, although you now can't move for another reason.
Jasper would try to really flop, almost like a fish, and really struggling against it. And if you look at his eyes, again, they're manic, they're darting around, and he catches the eyes of Romok, and it's almost pleading at this sense. And he's struggling, trying to get out, and this little tear forms in his eye, and he just continues trying to fight against the ropes.
The minutes pass as you start to warm by the fire. Eventually, another 10 minutes has passed by. Jasper, give me another wisdom save, please.
17.
Some of the confusion now starts to fade your eyes a bit. Thoughts clarify a little bit, but not quick.
His eyes seem to calm, and his body sort of slumps a bit. And as he's looking around, he catches the eyes of whoever will look, and you can see there's a sort of recognition in them now to what was before. He doesn't try to talk, just looks at you.
I suppose kind of seeing that kick. I think Jasper might be a bit more aware now. We apologise, Jasper. We've had to restrain you for now as you kept trying to scurry away, and you need warmth. You need rest. If you understand, just nod your head.
Jasper nods. He just sort of tries to scrunch up by the fire.
Kind of like readjust the blankets and make sure he's cozy. Best we can anyway. Maybe we want to do like Seraphine now.
Is there anything else in the bag now that Jasper's sort of contained?
How do you want to examine?
Sorry?
How do you want to examine the bag?
Can I, like, pet it down from the outside to see if there's anything else left in there?
Yeah.
Hezekiah, as the giant toad, pulls Seraphine's body a little bit away from where the bag is this time.
Okay.
Yeah, not too close to the fire.
Move the body a little bit further away. As you go to pat down the bag, it does feel like there's something else in there.
Fuck it. I will pull it out. Why not?
You put your hand in, and you find some sort of cylindrical object. Your hand closes around it, and you pull it out. And
This is with my mage hand, by the way, just to clarify.
Your mage hand.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as the mage hand comes out, and something that almost looks familiar to you starts to come out of the bag.
Oh,
Is a long cylinder of purple glass material.
Yeah, everyone else should recognize it as well, right? From our very first mission. Yeah, well, yeah, not Twin either. So just the frog, and the other two are preoccupied. So,
Sorry, what is the long purple glass? Is that the first mission?
Yeah. Looking at this piece, is it A, the same piece? B, is it just one piece? And C, yeah, well, we'll get to
that. As you take it out, you're immediately struck by recognition. It's remarkably similar, although not the same, as something once found in a hidden compartment in a box of merchant trade goods. It is different. One you had before, all the way back then, was it was a cylinder as well, but it was hollow in the middle. It also had a couple of grooves on the holes going through it. This one looks to be almost a solid cylinder, and it's a bit thinner.
So, do I know with this how many pieces there would be left, or?
Roll an intelligence check.
Do be well. Oh, Christ.
Unfortunately, you don't know what this is to be able to ascertain whether that could be one of 10 pieces, one of 3 pieces, one of 100 pieces. You just don't know.
Okay. However,
all you know is it's very similar.
Could I create the copy that I memorized all that time ago?
You did. You created an ice copy. So
yeah. Can I do that again and see if they piece together at all?
you create from the ice and snow around a perfect replica of the piece you had before. You hold it up in front, and that's definitely. What do you want to do with that?
I don't know. Try and just confirm. Maybe just examine it for a little bit, and then yeah.
You look at it, and you see these little holes in the side, and you examine the new purple one you have now, and you can see that also has a few holes in the center of it. And when you look at the size of the cylinder circumference, it looks like it would fit inside the other one.
Okay. Cool. Does it seem to almost click into place? It is. Yes.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. My one's only made out of ice, so it might just break.
So you get the purple rod and you slide it into this tube, and it seems to be as it goes all the way in to where it's flush with the end to end. You look and you can see the holes line up. Looks like it is supposed to go together.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just pocket that for now. I need to make a big note of that in my inventory.
Yes, Hezekiah too.
What should I call this? Big piece of key? Question mark.
You can call this artifact.
Helpful.
Purple up.
So you said the holes lined up. What do they line up with? Because you said the other piece was
The
solid.
other hole. There was two holes in the side of the cylinder. There was two holes in the side of the ice replica. And when they slid in, those holes lined up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna toss the ice one and make it melt in midair, and it will just disappear into the water. But I'll pocket the actual physical one.
Okay. It is quite large as well. It's about
Right, it fit in a bag, right? So
3. Yeah, that was the size of the torso. So it is about between 2 and 3 foot long.
okay, I guess I'll wear it on my back like a big scroll or something.
Just to get a hold of what is happening, so you had noted down in your notebook the item we found in Warehouse 4, and then you just made it again with shape water. And did the purple glass you now found, did that fit into the previous replica, or did the replica fit into this glass item?
It fit into the glass, from my understanding.
Okay.
So the glass, the one you just found is a solid glass rod with a couple holes in the middle. The one that you had previously in the warehouse, it was a hollow rod.
Mm.
So the one you have now fits inside of your warehouse one from way back when.
Right. Okay. Is that the last of the items in the bag?
That is the last item as well. And
Hmm.
when you get it as well, Locke, you do sense that it's incredibly powerful with arcane magic. There seems to be something very, very strong about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out later.
So, would we like to speak with Seraphine now or later? Now that we're
maybe we long rest.
But if we speak to her now and we long rest, I won't have a wasted slot.
That's a good idea, but also I don't know, something bad might happen.
She can't.
Okay, at this point, Hezekiah transforms back into the elf form, having figured that we would be needing the water hazard help at some point, which is why he kind of stayed out of everything so far. All right.
Do we not have questions for her on hand now, or so I can save it for later? It's just gonna kill it.
I should have
level slot.
written some down. I've kind of, but also she's under no obligation to answer. Like she doesn't. She can just like tell us to piss off.
Not under compulsion to offer a truthful answer, but can be.
I mean, I would just guess that the main thing she would say is, "Oh, you heroes from Waterdeep, you think you understand this, blah blah blah." You know, that kind of just condescending thing. Might.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Waterdeep. Sorry. Yeah, I agree.
Secret backstory: he slept up. He's given everything away.
Maybe Lachlan could take on the guise of Shafe, because if it was rebuilding itself, Seraphine would expect Shafe to be a thing again. Because we both, well, all three of us kind of noticed that when Shafe was in his arm.
Yeah.
Sorry, notice what? Sorry, what were you talking about noticing when Shafe got me?
I'll come a little bit closer. I'll pick up my book.
The Shafe head was trying to rebuild itself out of the wood that was in the bag, from what we gathered. I think the three of us noticed that.
Okay.
So my kind of thing is like, well, Lachlan, you tried to look like like Seraphine to trick Shafe before. Maybe we could do it the other way with the questions. She might think Shafe has come, might be a bit more willing.
I also have another idea. What about our tiefling friend?
I'm not familiar with a tiefling friend.
How would we get Zagat to play a role here? If that's, I assume that's who you're talking about?
We could say that he's come here. He's taking out the adventurers.
Indeed.
You know.
She has no intelligence. She asks questions and she doesn't really have that kind of.
She's got no intelligence.
Not intelligence. Sorry, no semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice. Grand semblance of life. Oh yeah, it's got intelligence. I mean, she can't talk to us other than for the questions, so it's not like you can have a conversation with her.
if she, well, I can speak at her and then ask a question, right?
Yeah, but will she recognise her surroundings if we're just bringing back semblance of life and intelligence?
I don't know. It's up to interpretation. But also the same thing. If she sees a face, she might, if we put her in a dark shed with just a light on, and it's Xanet there, then we can ask questions, and she'll have no idea, right?
I mean, maybe. I think it's definitely worth trying. Transforming into Xanet.
What reason would she out of character? This is Locke's inside brain speaking. So, will the soul know how much time has passed? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe if you change location, then they won't know.
I mean, I feel like she would know, one, that she was killed and who killed her. She wouldn't know who got her body back. Then she would understand that about where she died, Xanet is talking to her. Now, what would she make of that? Maybe Xanet is casting Speak with the Dead because he came and maybe killed us after we killed her, and now Xanet wants to find out this or that.
That's what I'm saying. If we maybe change location, we could do that.
I would say that your knowledge would say that Speak with Dead corpses would not know how long time has passed.
Could we double whammy it? Speak with Dead and Zone of Truth.
What does Zone of Truth wording say? Is it soul, person, creature?
See, here's the thing. I'm just looking up Zone of Truth's thing. If it affects something like this.
I've got it as well.
But also, we also don't know if they fail or pass.
No, you cannot.
They can be evasive.
Force the court to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, see, here's the thing. Now, the dead person who's speaking, I don't think they're a creature, and Zone of Truth affects creatures.
Yeah. Corpse is not considered a creature.
Right. So, I mean, good idea, but basically won't work. And also, with Zone of Truth, you can always be quiet. You're not forced to speak. You just can't say anything that's false. False as far as you know. You can't lie. I think that the Xanet transformation and Speak with the Dead is kind of the best idea we have. Now, I don't know if taking her to a different location would help, because...
Oh, what about we just put a tent up so she can't see around? So she can't see everyone. She can't see Jasper.
Oh, 100%. She should see everyone else, but, being outside... Okay, let's just say, go, some number, 100 feet or whatever, be into the woods a little bit. You're still in that kind of frozen wasteland about where she died. That seems completely fine, right? Just that she won't see all of these guys. Now, Keck, how close do you have to be to do Speak with the Dead?
Within 10 feet.
Well, my thinking is, right, if we put up a tent, right, we lay her up at the back of the tent. You can do it through the back of the tent. I'll be there as Xanet in front.
Wait, Lachlan, you've got a tent?
Do we not have tents?
If any of you got a tent, why haven't we got Jasper in it already? I mean, that would make his recovery a lot quicker.
I don't know, to be honest.
In your inventory?
I've just assumed that maybe we had...
I think we might have some gear on the Chocobo cart, which we left.
Yeah, maybe. We could just, cut her eyes off, and then she wouldn't know. Either way, right?
Okay,
well,
okay, thinking...
She must have a jaw, that's all it says.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we start thinking in extremely weird ways, so you all have bedrolls at the very least, right? I'm thinking, untangle the bedroll as much as possible, get 2 sticks, put 2 bedrolls kind of rolled in between the sticks as, tent posts. You basically have a tent at that point. It'll take the smallest amount of crafting skill, but we get that set up. Keck is on one side of this, so she can't see him. Lachlan / Xanet is inside, and that's all it takes. it will take not very long at all to procure that. I'm going to go looking for 2 good sticks, leaving her here.
Keck just kind of looks at Lachlan and goes, "Let's just long rest. We'll do it when we get back somewhere else."
How long does it take me to find 2 suitable branches?
There's trees all around, so it's not going to take too long. You know, a minute or two.
He just snaps them off, right?
I imagine that they fall off quite a bit too.
Well, here's the thing, right? There's nothing to stop us trying us first, and then we can try again tomorrow as Zanet or someone else. What?
10 days. You can't do it within 10 days.
What do you mean?
You can't do Speak with Dead within 10 days of using it previously. You have to wait 10 days to use it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the spell fails if the corpse was the target of this spell within the last 10 days.
Okay, what if we cut her in half and we do the left half first, then the right half?
She still needs a jaw. She needs a full jaw.
Okay.
That's why Gentle Repose lets us do it.
Yeah.
2 times, maybe 3 if we don't take too long.
You can keep doing the repose, though, right? Obviously, she'll start to roll.
Okay, I am setting up the 2 tent poles. I am unrolling my bedroll.
Well, hang on. If we're gonna do this, then if we've got 1 shot, we should do it right.
We've got 2. We just got a very long wait time.
Yeah, but do you really want to be logging? I mean,
no, that's kind of my point.
We could put her head in a bag, right?
Yes.
I need a corpse for the duration. That's the wrong one.
Okay, but with regards to doing it right? In the snow, about where she died, and Zanet, as long as she doesn't see other people, what else could be more right than that?
Well, just not in the snow where she died, so she doesn't think it happened straight away, and it's us. Like, I feel if it's like in a basement or some place where maybe they have been already, then it makes.
I mean, I feel like if she's where she died, it could be a month later, and Zanet comes to find her corpse and does this, right? Like,
yeah, but if a month later, then
she would have gone downriver as well.
Yeah, and also she probably has the magical knowledge to think that the body would decay and wouldn't be able to be revived, right?
Yeah, I mean, getting frozen in a freezing river will definitely preserve a body pretty well.
I mean, the way I say we do it is we do it probably indoors somewhere, a completely fresh environment. I don't know what the body is going to see.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to anything of that sort. I was just saying that I don't think anything's wrong with this plan, but that's fine. So we're not doing the Speak with the Dead now. We're just kind of packing up and moving a bit, or are we just long resting right here?
This might go.
Because I think we should move a little bit. I mean, it's a bit of a... I think we should move a little bit before just taking the rest. We'll have another campfire for Jasper and all that.
Does anyone have any alcohol left?
Oh, yeah, loads.
Does your create food and water not?
Water.
I specifically want alcohol. If someone
does your create food and water not make any alcohol?
It's just basic food and water bland.
It's not Jesus. This is not turning into wine.
You know.
Lachlan, could I perhaps?
Sure. Technically, don't have any in my inventory. Apparently.
I was gonna say I thought you and all drank it all the previous nights, but that's why I was wondering if anyone had any left.
But I also don't know if I'd write alcohol in my
It's okay if not. I'll just go off to the jetty and just kind of like do a little.
No, I don't.
You could kind of see Keck walking off to the edge of the jetty, kind of to give a little thank you and farewell to Aldrin for what he did in his time, and we'll take his memory back to the others so that they're aware of what happened before we're moving on.
Mm-hmm. You feel there's certain stillness in the air around you. You feel like you've made a good connection with your words.
Okay, well, I feel Aldrin's at peace here. We can obviously let his kin know of his deeds and he helped. But if we are moving, can I say we do it probably soonish so that we can get Jasper back to normal?
Perhaps being by the lake might be in our favour.
Why do you say that?
Well,
one side.
Many reasons. Technically, yeah, one side's covered. We only need to watch, really, unless someone's coming out the water. But
although, Lachlan, you will realise that when we were waiting for an hour before, it had already started to freeze over. I think give it a couple more hours, and it may even be traversable again for someone nimble-footed as, say, Jasper or Twin.
Right, and my other concern is that, it kind of seems like these two are operating alone, but, what if they're not? What if someone comes looking for them after they don't successfully return or something, right? The fact that this lake is a known location where big things happened, probably, it just makes it seem more likely that someone we don't want coming by us would come by us here, which is why I want to get a little bit of distance from here.
yeah, but realistically, who's coming by other than the people who are associated with them?
Exactly, that's exactly who I'm afraid of coming by here.
Well, I was going to scry on one of them.
And also, regarding people coming at us in different directions, I mean, I'm only down for 4 hours every night, right? And I am pretty good at perception, so I think we're good on the watches aspect of this, even with Jasper down and Twin Edge a little distant.
Well, how far are you wanting to move? Because obviously we've got to move Jasper as well.
Right, so as we go backwards, we will eventually come to that ledge, right? Maybe we should just make camp while the path we're currently following, just before it becomes a ledge, right? And then set up there, ideally with a little bit of tree cover, if we still have any tree cover at that point.
Won't we come to the statues before the ledge?
Yes.
Maybe even that'll be a better place to go, because Aldrin did say no one really frequents there that often. Well, no one ever does.
Alright, let's just get some other input on this. Romak, do you have any thoughts on us moving to make camp a little further away from here?
So long as we are warm, Jasper is warm, and well, I will go wherever the party decrees.
Alright, we will definitely be warm. Alright, let's get everyone gathered up again. In my elf form now, I go to get her. I'm sure the water elemental's probably gone or going by now. The bag is still there, huh? It's empty.
Don't touch it!
Right, I was imagining that it is not very full of pleasant surprises, so maybe your mage hand would be best to handle that, but I will carry her.
Get the mage hand to put them all back in the bag, and then I'll go pick it up.
Uh-huh.
Kind of as
So
those two
Phil
there.
would pack you place back in, and you place the bag up. No issue.
As those two are up there, and kind of like with Romok saying about Seraphine's evil, just kind of Kex is gonna like just check inside her garments to see if there is anything on her. If it is just purely her nature, that was that essence.
Roll investigation.
Not my best. Can I guidance myself?
I could give you guidance or just general aid for like advantage because I'm right there, kind of.
That's what we roll. Oh, I cocked on 14 and 20. What? And if I get the guidance, D4.
As you start to try and examine through her robe, you do find a few things. You find a smooth stone. You find one smoke pellet.
One what? Sorry, broke up a little bit.
One smoke bomb pellet. You find 62 gold, 14 silver, 3 diamonds.
Oh.
You don't know how much they're worth.
I will be holding on to those.
Um,
I'm not going to keep it a secret that I've got them, but I'll just kind of say, I'm just going to hold on to these because.
Certainly, you and I, who can cast Revivify, I already have the diamonds to do that, and it is good that you also have this.
You find also she has a series of rings on each of her fingers. So there's 10 rings she had on.
10 rings.
They're the gemstone inlaid rings.
10 to identify. Fun.
Do any of these items have a feeling to them based on, or is that more of a mark thing?
From roll a roll investigation once more. Or they look like they have a brown stone embedded in them, in all of them. They seem to have a certain kind of feel around as well. Feel a sense of like ebbing.
Is that us now? Brownstone, and they've got a certain feel to them.
Yes. The last thing you get as you're just searching through the cloak, just under the collar, you find an emblem. So it's this circular medallion, which looks like it's been carved with certain runes. And on close inspection, it looks like it's fused in gold and bone. Looks like an open mouth with sharp teeth, with runes inlaid all around the circular edge. What is your alignment?
1 second. What was my alignment again? It's been a while since I looked. Neutral, good.
As you touch it,
It really seemed like a chaotic good to me at first.
You say as I touch it, or do I touch it?
As you're examining and you find it, your fingers graze it as you go to examine it further, and it does burn your fingers.
Burns me fingers. Ouch.
It doesn't look of any signs of heat.
Lachlan, maybe you might know a bit better what this is, and kind of like flipping the collar to show the emblem while trying not to touch it again.
I'll finish picking up the bag and I'll come over and I'll have a look. Does it ring any bells for me, or have I seen it anywhere before?
You wouldn't have seen it before. What are you trying to key into on understanding or
Oh, obviously I've been doing the bag stuff, so I'm clueless as to like what's actually happened.
I'll obviously tell you about how I examined this, I touched it, and it singed my fingers.
It's probably inlaid with a rune of some sort.
So you can see that there are runes against it. You don't understand or recognize the symbol of it, the open mouth design. What languages do you just remind me of that?
Just Dwarvish and Common. But I do have
alignment.
Tongues, but I can't do that until tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna attempt to make a, what do you call it? A scratching. Where you get the charcoal or whatever and you do it over it. Yeah.
A rubbing, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You get your charcoal and you come and do a rubbing. You get an imprint.
Okay, do I accidentally touch it?
Roll a sleight of hand. See how skillful you were. As you go to do it, you do clumsily move the paper out of the way and touch it. What is your alignment?
I am lawful neutral.
If there was runes in there, couldn't Keck not read them either?
What languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, and Deep Speech.
You do not understand.
Okay.
As you graze against it, Locke, you don't feel anything.
Cool.
That certainly doesn't burn you like the Keck.
He's a good boy.
I'm right by there. No chance it's in Druidic, is it?
You look over at the runes. It does not seem to be Druidic.
Looking at the runes, have I seen them anywhere else or anywhere similar? Like, I don't know. There's been a few times where we've seen things where I can understand.
You think. I don't think I've shown you runes. I'm going to say no for now, but I may have to.
What about in the crypt area or in the basement of the Augustine house?
I'm trying to remember what was it. For now, I'm going to say you don't reckon.
Yeah, no worries. But I've got a copy.
In the Augustine house, wasn't it infernal?
Yeah, I think so.
Where did you see that?
That's what I'm just going by memory. I thought that's what it was. Where there was a devil in a cage, right? And I thought we read something in Infernal. Maybe that's what you were talking about, Lachlan.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, if there was infernal there.
I've got a rubbing of something else as well. I'm just trying to find what.
These do feel familiar to what you saw in the Augustine house. Okay.
Because that was the bit where Jasper went off on his own, right? Like on that corridor. That was the same. That was that one, right?
There were no runes, as far as I can
Wasn't there a thing at the back of the octopus words? I've got rubbing of octopus words.
Yeah.
And then under that is the Book of Umberlee. So I'm assuming that is from there. Because I think when we went down the stairs to before it split off and went both ways, there was some sort of thing.
There was infernal there was infernal runes in the Augustine manor by the sound of it. So there is a similarity, yeah.
Okay.
But you don't understand.
Maybe it's to that bloody mirror.
Okay, so did the mage hand put the bag back on her, and then I'm now carrying her? Actually, I was about to say, I'm not tremendously physically strong in this form. Keck, perhaps you are a bit sturdier than I?
Strong with what, sorry?
Keck, perhaps you are a bit sturdier than I to carry her. I mean, she's not very heavy, but I'm also just not very strong, and so maybe you would be better fit to carry her?
I can certainly try, but it's not my strong point either.
I mean, just if you have more than 8 strength is what I'm getting at, because I have 8 strength.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. Or we can make use of twin, being the pack mule.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I am going to actually have to finish the game here, actually, guys. My son has woken.
No worries.
I'm afraid.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, so as you're all preparing this, just think about what you want to do in the next game. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to continue that now, I'm afraid.
No
Yeah.
worries.
We're pretty much 12 o'clock.